Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Studioloo. What am I doing this morning? I'm cutting out tiny clothes, tiny pants, a couple of tiny tablecloths maybe, some tiny shirts and dresses and skirts, and even some tiny socks. And then I thought I would bring you along to just cut out some tiny underpants with me. Tiny boxer shorts. Yes. Okay, so why am I doing this? Well, for some strange reason, I woke up this morning at around 5 o'clock and I was like inspired by laundry lines. I was thinking about, so when I was a kid, we used to hang our clothes in the backyard on a big laundry line, and you know, I get the, from time to time as I'm driving through Mennonite communities, you get to see their lovely laundry lines with all mostly denim pants, like all these, as well as like ladies' dresses, you know, because they sew their own dresses, and all the little socks and underpants. And you know, they usually have a few kids, so you get to see like a whole, you know, size of like small to big, all these things outside on their laundry line. And I was thinking about how I don't know, there's a certain summer kind of feeling that gives me, a certain nostalgia to when I was a kid and seeing all the laundry lines, because everybody in our community did that. We all hung our laundry out to dry. Kind of makes me wonder why we don't do that so much anymore. I mean, I guess in urban areas I understand it, but it's a very nice way to have a very fresh smelling laundry. And also I think it's a lot more environmental, right? Because you're not running a dryer for hours to dry all your clothes. I'm wondering if I can cut out some sort of ladies' underpants here. See, gonna just do a couple of those because they're a little hard to cut out, but there they are. Okay, and I think that's good for undergarments. So I just want to make a piece of ephemera with this today to show you how to do a little maybe funny summer laundry line kind of ephemera. So here are some of the fabrics that I used. So this is just a little bit of linen that I'm using for the socks and undies. This was some embroidered cotton that I used for the tablecloths, some cotton that I used for one of the little shirts, and then just some other patterned cottons. And I used this, fabric. You could also use a little denim for the pants. So I'm going to bring you into a different angle a little bit here. How's that? Let's see. Yeah, okay, now you're back in my workspace. So the little clothes are going to be up here. Some of them are going to be out of frame, but that's okay because we need a little bit of workspace. So I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to get the rest of the things we need to make this ephemera. Okay, so I've pushed these little clothes over aside here, and then I've gathered a few things I've just randomly torn from books that I think would be fun pieces of ephemera to add a laundry line. Put my big scissors away here. Okay, so first I have this lovely couple standing in their beautiful house with their allotment here, and it's so cute. So let's get them. Yeah, okay. And then we have to think about where we would want a laundry line to be in each of these pictures. So this one is English countryside. And then this one is a painting of just a couple of barns. So now what I want to do with these first, I have this file folder here, but I'm not going to use that yet. That will be for backing. But I think I first want to back these on just some regular paper, because I want them to have enough sturdiness to be able to be sewn on, but not be like, I don't want to stitch through the final backing. So this is going to have a couple of layers here. And then let's grab my guillotine here, cut this down a little. Okay. And I'll just trim up this one side here. And I think I'm going to want this to be in a tag shape, but I'll tackle that later. I'm sorry if you hear running. That'd be my kids upstairs. Sorry about that. That would be stomping. That would be my son doing his very excited puppy dance that he does every morning, because we get our dogs ready in the morning to go for their morning walk, and he loves walking Toasty, so it's like a big deal for him in the morning. Last night we were reading to my kids. They sort of had like a interesting night last night. Like we had a bit of a busy day, and so the kids usually have like a bath after dinner. One of them in each bathroom upstairs, and I do one bath and my husband does the other bath, and then everybody's bathed and it's all good. And then we just kind of, it depends what time that happens, but last night they just wanted to stay upstairs and go to bed kind of, but they wanted to read, so we all kind of piled into my daughter's bed and we were reading books, and then the two of them fell asleep in her bed last night, and I'm like, all right, let's just leave them both here. Honestly, because they sleep better when they sleep with someone else anyways. I find, especially my daughter, she's at that stage of like not really wanting to be alone, you know, like she likes to have, like, she's comfortable sleeping in her bedroom, but you know, I think she prefers to have someone with her right now. It's just a phase that kids go through. But yeah, so they are just getting up now, and it's 7:30 in the morning, which is decent for them. They often get up in the 6s, so that's good. Okay, so now we have these three here, and I'm going to now think about like where I would want to put a laundry line. So this one I think is going to be the easiest for me, because I feel like I can create foreground here with a laundry line quite easily. So I have a needle and some white thread. That's a smaller needle because, you know, we're stitching little things. You could also use filament or fishing line to do this. If you don't have thread or you want to use fishing line, you can. So let's maybe start with this one, because it's just a lot of fun. So let me bring my camera down slightly again. I think you're still back quite a ways. Is that better? That's a little better. Yes. Okay. So let me pull all these clothes up here. And first I will get my laundry line here started. So we'll go into the back. I'm going to sew right on through the paper. And then just bring this up. And it would be easiest, I think, to just tie a little double looped knot. Nothing too huge, but big enough to just stop the knot from going all the way through. There we go. Okay. So then we can grab our first bit of clothing, and I think I'll start with the hardest one maybe, well, in my mind, what seems like it'll be the hardest, which would be the sock, one sock. Okay, so just bring it up and you just kind of, you're going to stab right through the fabric. Oh, I hate when my needle gets unthreaded. The worst. Especially when it's a tiny needle. I did this ahead of time so you wouldn't have to wait on me and my amazing needle threading skills here. You know what? I'll pause. This will be much faster. Indeed, that was much faster. Okay. Back to the little sock hole and the little hole in the card. There we go. There's one. And then let's get another little sock. So you can't only have one sock. And what I'll do is I'll come up beside the hole that I made before. I'll just poke a little hole there, and then I'll come back through the paper. And I'll put the next sock close to it. That's not a matching sock, that's much bigger. Let's get a matching one. Here's another little one. I think that is the matching one, yeah. If you were looking for something tiny and, depending on your perspective, tedious to do today, I've got you, my friends. Okay, now we've got some socks. Let's add some boxer shorts here. I'm just going to add a little spacing in between. Come back up. And then I'm going to go a little higher. So I kind of want this line to be going sort of up the page a little bit. So it just kind of looks like it's coming from somewhere, right? Now let's add a skirt. You could also glue these down on the page if you'd like to. That will certainly make it easier to just do the sewing, and I may actually do that because I think got twisted. There we go. Yeah, it might make it a lot easier actually to just do that. Then it's just about creating like a decorative laundry line. You're not actually affixing them to the page that way. So let me poke this through one more time. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to, I think I'll just use glue stick just to kind of affix them down. Sorry, I have to rethread the silly needle again. Let me bring lots of thread through it. Okay, there we go. Now, let's use some jeans. And let me just slide this over my glue stick. And that actually is good because it will let you sort of set up your whole scene, and then you just follow the line that you created to stitch this all on. It's a lot easier. See, I teach myself in these videos. And then maybe another pair of pants. I really love the jeans. I think they're so cute. Put it up a little higher because this line is going to travel. So now you'll see it's going to be easier for me to do this. So I'm going to come in the back again. And then you can literally just poke a few holes if you want to, 2 or 3 at least, to get across that. I'm not worried about bending up my paper a little bit because I'm going to be adding another layer. Okay. Okay, so now we've got everything stitched across for this laundry line. Now what I'm going to do is kind of a decorative top stitch that's not about holding the clothes on, but it's going to be bigger stitches that just reinforce where I think that this laundry line would be kind of running. So it won't necessarily be on the clothes, but more kind of floating above them, or it's just going to give a representation of the laundry line. And you could even make something to be like little pegs if you wanted. But for the size that I'm going for here, I'm not going to bother because it's such a small little laundry line. Okay. See what I mean? Now you're seeing this string going all the way across because my stitches are much larger. Okay. So then, once you get both sides of the stitching done, just cut off your other end here and just tie it to the original end. I was thinking a little bit about the concept of slow content, and I know some people have a really hard time with slower content and longer form content. I think all of our brains are being trained by things like TikTok to just make us speed demons of, you know, creativity, and to want to see a video of everything being done super fast and super quick. And I'm here to tell you that despite what the social media wants us to believe, it's actually pretty bad for your neurology if that's the only thing that you are consuming. It's kind of like, you know, don't read a book, watch the movie. It's the quick fix, right? It sort of trains your brain to want quick entertainment, and you don't always want to feel that way. So these little sessions are good, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and pause. I will string the lines for the other two, add the clothing, and then show you how to finish these off so that you get the overall aesthetic that I was going for with this project. I will be back. Okay, so they are all stitched on. And yeah, I'm happy. It was easy. I think I found a bit of an easier way. So yeah, do the gluing part, and then at the ends, I'm tying them at the end. Like I do a loop and I go through, and then I'm doing back stitching all the way across, and it makes it quicker and easier. But I'm happy with these. I think they're a cute little idea. So now let's back them with some folder real quickly here. Oops, my glue is a little bit goopy today for some reason. Okay. And then this one. We're having an unseasonably cool couple of days here, which is nice. I'm thinking I'm going to spend the day going outside and doing something. Okay. I also need to work in my garden and work on my patio project that I have been working on forever. I've got to go. I've got all the stone laid, and I've got to go get, my husband and I are going to go get the big patio stones that we want to put down. So that's going to be the project of my day, probably. So now let's cut out these pieces of ephemera. Straighten this a little. Don't worry if you've cut your strings on the side. I'm going to stitch around anyways. But if you're not stitching, obviously keep your stitches whole so that you don't lose any of your laundry line. Let's cut this into a tag. One more to go with this cute couple. Kind of did a his and hers side of the laundry on this one. His boxer shorts and his jeans, and her tunic and underpants and socks. So I'm going to round the corners, I think, on this one, just to give it a little different feeling. Okay, so give me a moment. I'm going to stitch around these and I'll come back and show you the final product. Okay, we're back. These are all stitched around, and I added a little bit of ink. I'm really happy with these. I think they're super cute. So hopefully you'll give these a try. Just, sit and cut out some little pants and socks and underpants and have some fun making a laundry line. I think these are very cute. So I hope that you had fun seeing this little video today, and I hope you're having a great day. Bye for now.